Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have one of these diamonds in the rough for you guys. His name is PJ Jules, and he's a safety out of Southern Illinois. Nice to meet you, sir.
Good to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So, what we got here for you guys today is really one of the top safeties in all the FCS, and somebody that I felt that everybody had to get an opportunity to meet. So, PJ, go ahead, give us a little bit of your background and start us off. All right, tell us where you're from.
I'm from Orlando, Florida. I grew up going back and forth from Haiti to the States, and I went to Jones High School, and now I'm a student athlete at SIU. I major in criminal justice.
Cool. So, let's try and walk through that a little bit there. So, first off, you said Haitian going back and forth, from Haiti to the States there early on, but then obviously found yourself at Jones High School in Orlando. Um, so growing up, I mean, how long have you played this game of football?
I grew up playing football. I grew up playing all sports, really, but football was my main sport. I play every sport that don't involve the snow because I'm a Southern guy. I never been.
Well, no, I completely understand that. Jones High School. Let's park there and let's talk about Jones High School for a little bit there in Orlando. I try my best to do a deep dive into that high school and others that you had actually played with. So, and I'm trying to imagine how damn good you guys had it in high school. I mean, looking at guys, Seven Banks was part of that secondary, as well as Kirby Joseph, who was drafted last season by the Lions. So, um, buddy, what was it like playing on that team? Because I mean, you obviously were very stacked back then.
Both of them, my boys. At Jones High School, we produced a lot of good talent. Everybody ranked, everybody good talent. You mentioned Seven Banks and Kirby Joseph, and Daquan Evans, and Jaquan Burton. We got a lot of good players on that in one team. So every year, it's just a talented team, and you just got to work hard and try to produce on that same team.
Any other fond memories you have of being a high school athlete there?
Really, every day is different. It's new. Just being around a lot of different personalities and different athletes, people, we're really grinding, trying to make it out. So it's every memory is a good memory to me.
Sure. So, you said you grew up playing pretty much every single sport that doesn't involve the snow, which obviously that's funny, but I realized that you also did some track and field there at Jones High School. So, um, when was it for you when you kind of felt, this football thing, I could do something with it, man. I can actually maybe get myself into the league and make some money playing this game. When did that, ultimately kind of click for you? I mean, when did that happen?
Since a kid, football always been my main sport. So, and I always been decent, good at it, and it's just always been my main sport. I always knew I could take it somewhere with football.
Cool. So, obviously coming out of Jones High School, ended up going to SIU, there to play for the Salukis. So, how did that process work out? I mean, obviously coming out of high school, I mean, I would imagine you had a few more offers on the table, but how was that recruiting process for you?
So coming out of high school, yeah, as a freshman, I was on the freshman team. So sophomore year, I started moving up. Starting to get on the varsity team. You mentioned all the other talent that we had on the team. So as a junior, I moved up to the varsity team and I was playing special teams. and making all the noise I can on the special team side, and then it's the senior year, and then that's when I got my chance. And you know, the process was good. I had a couple offers. I had Syracuse, I had FAU, USF, UCF, but Coach Hill, shout out to Coach Hill. He stand out most because he came up with more of a family, and he really cared about me and my well being. So that what really made me go to SIU.
Cool. So, let's talk about SIU. I mean, obviously, that's the university that took a chance on you and brought you in. So, for people that have never been to SIU, never really stepped foot on that campus, what do you feel? I don't know what's so special about SIU for you. I mean, when you think about that campus.
Our culture, we're a lot of a family. Uh, our culture is just nice. What we stand for, everything that we do, we work hard on and off the field. We involve ourselves within the community. It's a good environment. That there's a couple of churches that it helps feed the teams, and environment is just good.
No, I get you. And then you had also mentioned that majoring in criminology, I believe. So, are you already done with that? I mean, are you working on your master's right now, or what?
Yeah, I graduate this fall within criminal justice.
Cool. So, let's just say hypothetically, like, whenever football is done, like 10 or more years down the line, what do you see yourself doing? You see yourself using that major or maybe doing something else?
I want to, I'll do more of an undercover agent
All
type of
right.
role.
That sounds very interesting. So, like, I don't know, FBI or something. I mean, I don't know if that's really what you're trying to do, but of course, whenever that stuff comes together, we'll probably have to go back like and delete all this crap. Like whenever we first, you eventually get there. But let's continue, man. Let's continue with your story. So let's talk about football. You're now a fixture there for SIU and play defense there at safety. Describe that defense for me if you don't mind.
We were flying around, hard hitting, a hard working team.
All right. So and you yourself got some pretty good size for a safety. I mean, 6'3", almost 210. What does that mean, man? Does that mean you're lining up closer to the line of scrimmage or what? I mean, how do they use you there?
I'm gonna do it all. I'll guard. I'll play nickel. I'll play corner. I'll play safety, linebacker. I can line up at DN and speed rush, fall back in coverage.
So pretty much a guy who's willing to get out there and do anything and everything. You had mentioned also a little bit of special teams. So I mean, I just kind of want to talk to you about that. What's your attitude and approach towards special teams?
Oh, I love special teams, and then that's me. The special teams is a play where a lot of people take off, and then that's when I get my chance to dominate on special teams.
Great. Well, I mean, it is part of the game. It's one part that I feel like oftentimes some coaches don't even put too much emphasis in it, but definitely a huge part of the game of football. So let's get to talking more. I mean, obviously, I'm talking to you from the framework of a guy who wants to get into the league, wants to get into the NFL. So, what do you feel separates you from other guys at your position? I mean, is it the size, the versatility, or what? Is it something else? So, what do you feel is one of your better attributes?
My toughness and my work ethic, my consistency, my discipline, and my mindset. A lot of those attributes are not more so physical, more so mental and spiritual. It's a side where, uh, yeah, a guy can be fast, strong, big, whatever. But if the guy is not willing to go through whatever it do to take it to the next level, then all the physical attributes don't really mean anything to me.
Well, I mean, you certainly have to be dialed in and focused and get your job done out there. So, and it's a long grind of a process. So, and if that is what you are, then obviously, that would really be very suitable for a lot of NFL teams. So, do want to get a chance to kind of talk about the Salukis, man. I mean, I was looking at, your guys's seasons over the past few seasons, and obviously playing in the Missouri Valley, which dude is brutal. Let's just be real. I mean, really a very competitive conference. I mean, fighting, scratching, clawing, trying to get some of those victories. And dude, despite you guys going 5-6, people need to understand to not sleep on you guys. I mean, you guys are able to uh take that whole underdog mentality and use it. So when you look at I don't know, this upcoming season, give me some kind of a sense for what you guys have planned this year.
We got planned to not look past nobody, to take every game as a season of its own. Staying locked in throughout the whole year, maybe being consistent and disciplined.
And just kind of in general, I mean, obviously as each season rolls on, there might be some new faces, guys moving on and such. Give us a sense for those that are around you. Let's shout out a couple of your teammates real quick.
Shout out to DJ Johnson, Iverson Brown, Zach, Branson Combs, Colin Bohannon, Mark Davis, Jameer, Drake Johnson. Hey, everybody around me, everybody around me just work hard. Everybody around me good. D Love, Nick Baker, Deontay Cox. I could keep going.
Well, we only have so much time, but do appreciate you shouting out some of them guys. I mean, again, a lot of great talent, a lot of talent coming in, going out of SIU here lately, and just kind of want to continue to talk about you guys. I mean, you've been able to, again, like I said, take that underdog mentality and shock some people, man. So I was looking at 2020, you were able to be that one team to actually upset a team who hadn't seen a loss in forever in NDSU, which is great, which was crazy when you guys faced them during that spring ball of 2020, 2021. And then in 2021 of that fall season, handing a loss to South Dakota State, man. I mean, you guys are basically playing toe to toe with the best in all the FCS, man. I mean, and people need to understand that. But for you, give me a sense for maybe your own personal best memory when you think about the games you've been a part of, or even maybe a specific play that you've made over the years. Give me an example real quick.
My Kansas State pick six.
All right, talk about that play a little bit. What do you remember of it?
I was in man coverage. I was on top of the route. I was at the nickel position, and I'm on top. I was controlling the receiver. I peeked back at the quarterback through the receiver. I see the quarterback with progression. He was pulling the pin from the needle, and I kind of sink back and I played the ball. And then I trusted my guys. He followed my block to the end zone.
And you take that ball to the house. So love that. Obviously pick sixes, man, are some of the best things for you guys who play in the secondary. I mean, you want to be able to score points because you're not one of them offensive dudes out there. There are very few guys that play both ways. So it's always a nice thing to be able to put up six against your opponents. So want to take a moment to actually meet this guy, PJ Jules, outside of football. So Give me a little something about you that perhaps nobody knows, whether it be hobbies, talents, or just kind of personal interests or passions that you have. So give us a little something.
I grew up doing gymnastics, so I'm into gymnastics. I like being outside in nature. Yeah, I like going on walks through the park or the woods. I like being by water.
Okay. Gymnastics. What do you mean by gymnastics? Give me I don't know, give me some insight on that. I mean, are you doing tumbling? Are you doing like bars? Like what do you mean by that?
I grew up doing gymnastics. Nowadays, I slowed down on it, so I just do little stuff on the bar, and I do a lot of yoga. I do a lot of stretching by myself too.
So I just didn't know like if when you were out there on the field, if you're doing like backflips or something crazy, like whenever you know get one of them awesome plays or what. But does that happen?
I could do a backflip. Yeah. I mean, I do it time to time on the field, but not too much. I'd be locked in.
Well, yeah, man, you don't want to do that stuff too much. That's just putting yourself out there and you don't want to obviously hurt yourself. So cool. PJ, just kind of want to have a short little question and answer time. So I want to run through a couple things and uh we'll see what your answers are. So again, these are not football related. These are just for fun. So um favorite treat or snack?
Pizza.
Pizza. Okay. How about I don't know, are you a car guy? I mean, do you have a favorite car, a dream car you'd like to drive one of these days?
A Tesla. My favorite car, a Tesla, right now.
Tesla. I think a lot of people are looking at them and wanting them, so that'd be definitely cool. Um, do you collect anything?
Mm, Memories.
Memories. Okay, nothing, but nothing tangible, right? All right. Ari, do you have any pets?
Yeah, no pets, but I do want a cat.
All right. How about oh, I don't know. Uh, do you play any instruments, or if you don't, like, do you have an instrument that you would love a chance to learn how to play?
I played the trumpet back in middle school. I grew up playing the guitar and the piano.
Interesting. So, I mean, is that something that you can still pick up and play, or what?
I can still pick up and play if I have access to them.
All right. Sounds good. How about favorite movie?
Favorite movie. Okay, favorite movie. It's not more so a movie, but a series. The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. All right. I mean, I know a lot of people that are into that one, so that one's cool. If there maybe perhaps was a celebrity that you would love an opportunity to meet, whether that be an actor, a musician, or even an athlete, who would that be for you? Who's that one celebrity you'd love to meet?
Mm, Tom Brady, Ed Reed, and Kirby Joseph.
Awesome. Well, you've already met Kirby Joseph. That's not somebody new. You know that guy. You probably have him in your Rolodex in your phone. So I mean that's not a big one, but obviously dude like Ed Reed who plays your position. I mean you know, Hall of Fame guy. I mean, I feel like a lot of people want to grow up to be him. Who do you think's playing at the best you know these days?
You can go Minka Fitzpatrick, Jalen Petrie.
All right. Well, obviously some guys to look up to and hopefully one day play alongside. So as we wrap up our time here, want to give you a chance to really just talk to some scouts out there and tell them, you know, what they would get if they took a chance on PJ Jules, man, why they should sign you, draft you, and bring you into their team. So go ahead and close this out.
You'll get a hard working guy who really disciplined and consistent. a guy that'll dive into the little details with focus. You won't have to worry about off field the situations. Uh, a calm, peaceful guy that loves football and willing to turn it into a lifestyle.
Gotcha. I mean, and dude, let's just face it. I mean, when you have a guy who's your size, 6'3", about 210, I mean, that's elite size when we're talking about a safety, and that's a guy that you can move all over the field and do a lot with. So yeah, I mean, there any team would love an opportunity to have a guy of your athleticism and size. But do appreciate your time and wish you all the best this upcoming season. Okay.
I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Sure. PJ Jules, safety, Southern Illinois. Check this guy out this season.